Welcome to Finance Dojo! We aim to be the best personal finance educational channel you ever need. Click that subscribe button and the notification bell right now so you won't miss out. Last year, 63% of Americans, not only low-income employees, but even those making over $100,000 annually, live paycheck to paycheck. 28% of individuals living in the United States reported having no emergency savings. Now, some of those are undoubtedly due to poor money management. Still, it's sad that a lot of us are in financial trouble due to events beyond our control, like the recent global pandemic. Therefore, today, I'm going to provide you with my top 10 suggestions for budgeting in a minimalistic way. Be sure to watch the entire video since each piece of advice is better than the last. Let's get started with my top 10 minimalist budgeting tips. Tip number 1. Track your finances and budget. Ironically, money is a touchy subject given how much we spend on it. 1 in 4 parents avoids discussing money or their financial condition with their children. Start keeping track of every dollar you spend and making a budget if you want to take charge of your money. I challenge you to track your spending for the next 30 days if you haven't done so before, and then you can see where your money is going. Tip number 2. Examine your financial objectives. What are your financial and minimalist objectives? There are several kinds of minimalists, and being one doesn't always imply being thrifty or the opposite. Perhaps you are thrifty in one area but don't mind spending money in another. As an example, Steve Jobs, a minimalist, lived in a 14,000 square foot house, yet wore the same outfit every day and had practically no furniture. So, which is which? Cutting costs as much as possible to save money is considered extreme frugality. When you apply minimalism to your finances, I think it makes them more personal and fun. You are saving money and cutting expenses while also making more time and space for the things that are important to you. Financial minimalists, in my opinion, have a healthy relationship with money. I never consider what I don't have in my life, and I don't work to save money for material items. Instead, I'm working to build wealth and abundance so I can have the time and freedom to do the things I love. Think about what you want to accomplish with a minimalistic lifestyle and budgeting, and write it down since you attract what you focus on. Tip number 3. Reduce spending, particularly the big 3. I'm not talking about the best schools or sports teams. Most people spend the majority of their money on the big 3: housing, food, and transportation. People often make cuts in minor areas like clothes or entertainment, but by concentrating on these 3, you'll get more for your money. You may shine here by being minimalist. You can discover that after decluttering, you have less stuff and don't require a large home. If you don't require a large home, downsizing results in a lower mortgage payment. You can decide that in the city you don't need a car since you can go around on a bike. As for me, I sold my car when I moved overseas. And aside from larger distances, I almost always walk or use public transportation. Cutting the food budget significantly improved my monthly cash flow because I can make a variety of meals and snacks out of the cheapest, healthiest products. I save a ton of money each month. Tip number 4. Automate your payments and savings. How frequently have you logged into your bank account or opened an envelope to find a sneaky fee added on because you failed to make a bill payment on time or receive an overdraft fee? A single late fee for a credit card is $39 charged by banks. If you have $1,000 in savings with a 0.1% APY, you will only have made 10 cents by the end of the year. Does it not sound fair to you at all? They give so little and take so much. You're less likely to forget a payment and suffer a late charge if you always have enough money in your bank account to pay your bills on time and automate your bill payments. Just check in once a week or once a month to make sure everything is running well. Try putting the amount you want to save right away into your savings account and living off the rest if you have trouble saving money when you have it in your hand or checking account. So instead of saving what's left over spending, spend what's left over after saving. It may sound crazy, but it's a great way to develop the habit of saving. Tip number 5. Practice mindful spending. There are ways to reduce your spending and increasing your savings each month if you tend to go over your budget each month because you have a shopping addiction. Tip number 6. Think free and cheap options. Take a time to examine whether you can acquire this for free before you go out and buy it. Fortunately, there are online communities on the internet where people trade free items to save money and live sustainably. To offer and receive free products, look for local buy-nothing clubs. Nevertheless, minimalism is more than just shopping around for the best deal. Find something that brings you joy and makes your life better. Don't spend top bucks if you can get what you want for free. When you compare prices, you may frequently discover similar products for far less cost. Tip number 7. Embrace your quirkiness. Our consumerist culture continuously teaches us that we need to buy new stuff to feel successful and happy. Saving money could terrify folks because of the messages we've internalized about consumerism and excessive spending. They may think you're weird, cheap, or frugal. My point is that those around you could disagree with you. You can even be perceived as being overly thrifty by your family and friends. Keep your goals in mind and hold on to your beliefs. Tip number 8. Time is money. My favorite saying is something like this. Look around. All that clutter used to be money. All that money used to be time. Consider how many hours you would need to work to be able to purchase the item before you start shopping. Expensive items could appear less attractive when you consider your time value of money. Tip number 9. Boost your income. Anyone with common sense understands that there is a limit to how much you can cut from your budget before there is nothing left to cut. What should you do if you've made all the necessary cuts but are still in the red? We need food, shelter, and clothes. Unless you are nudist, then you need to increase your income. I used to do this by working a second or third job when I was in college, but the internet has made it simpler than ever to launch a side hustle from home. My journey toward minimalism started when I got rid of 30 years worth of clutter. I began selling it online and started earning at least $1,000 every month. Tip number 10. Keep learning new things. The last simple tip is to keep learning about personal finance, budgeting, money-saving strategies, and money-making opportunities. So much information about personal finances is right at our fingertips. Free resources on setting up a budget, saving money, and increasing your income are available on websites and YouTube channels. To educate yourself, you may also acquire 5-star personal financial books from Amazon or your local library. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. You should always do your own research and speak to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.